supposed to be that dark? Okay.
There we go. All right. Hey, everybody. This is Derek, and we're downtown at the Houston Public Library at Food Not Bombs, where, see if you can see, people have been feeding. Whoop, I think I got this one. People have been feeding this evening, and we're going to talk with Miss Cherie Dorr, my old friend. You can see right there, there's some folks still hanging out, who has been involved with not just Food Not Bombs, but homeless advocacy, Black Lives Matter, I mean, all kinds of different issues. Just tell everybody a little bit about Food Not Bombs, Cherie, because I'm trying to get, for those who are listening, if you've never heard of Food Not Bombs, what is Food Not Bombs? Let's start there.
Food Not Bombs, we're an anti-war group. We're a bunch of activists and volunteers who come together to serve the homeless 4 nights a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 p.m., and then Sunday at 7 p.m.
Awesome. And so if people want to get involved, do they have to fill out a form, or they just show up, right?
Just show up. We actually ask people to show up on their first time. Don't bring anything, so they kind of understand how we do the process out here. Or if they want to come, bring water. That's a hot commodity with the summer right now. And then after you visit a couple of times with us, then we'll get you on the listserv, and then hopefully we get people that will become a regular.
Yeah, and Cherie was just telling me that because it's the summer that they're a little low on volunteers, so definitely now is the time. And you know, whether or not you could make it tonight, like she said, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And then there's other groups, other nights, right?
We have a Tuesday night group that's been coming. It's a Muslim group, and they do what we call chicken night. Okay. And we serve over 200 people on that night.
Okay. So yeah, there's, what, tonight you said, what you think, about 100?
About 105, 110.
So 105 people on some nights, 200 on other nights. There's obviously a homeless issue. Let's talk about that for a minute. I mean, you've been involved in homeless advocacy in all kinds of different ways, and we've worked together in different ways. What do you I mean, it does seem like the homeless population is growing in Houston.
It is.
Absolutely. There's more camps and more, you know, people trying to survive.
Right.
What do you think about, like, what's for you the root of that? Are you more focused on just you want to make sure people get fed, or what do you think is the deeper
feeding is a big deal, but I'm also concerned about those that, you know, a lot of it is mental, the mental health that's not being addressed. The mayor did this whole rollout of giving people housing and stuff like that, but it didn't work. You have a handful of people where it worked, but then you have a lot of other people that are not being cared. They're so conditioned to the street that once they get inside their apartment, the walls close in on them, and then you'll see them back out in the streets again. Yeah. Some of the housing had only lasted anywhere from 6 months to a year, and then they were told that they were going to have to start paying for it on their own, but the rent was too high, and so they landed back out on the streets again. So
is that the mayor's Complete Communities thing? Is that what that was about, or is this Complete Communities initiative where
working
he says
with the homeless coalition,
he's going to work with the homeless
and
like with lower income communities? So you're saying that hasn't turned out the way he
not completely
said it
He's not being honest about that.
Yeah.
I mean, it has worked for some, but most of them were Harvey victims. But there's a large amount of homeless in the population that has been affected, got housing, and then I see them back out on the streets within 6 months to a year.
So if people want to get involved and to support, obviously you said, you know, it's summer, so we need volunteers. Water is important right now. Yeah. We just went and bought a couple of bags of potatoes and made mashed potatoes and brought that.
Yeah,
you know,
it's just
something
easy.
simple.
It's
like, I mean, it's always vegetarian food with Food Not Bombs, but then as you said, on other nights there's chicken night on Tuesday, right? So I mean, it doesn't take a lot of time, a lot of effort, and if you have the time, the energy, or if you've never been here, one thing that I've always appreciated is the kids. Yeah. Some nights there's a lot of kids volunteering and helping, so it's kid friendly. Right. Any other things that they should know?
Parking is free